it was never catered towards wanting to be compared to everyone, bro. A lot of shit, like I'm getting better at mixing and mastering, but I never gave a fuck about that back in the day. And even to this day, I'm like, bro, that's not my.
Yo, can we talk about that? That's all made up. Mixing and mastering is made up. You know that, right?
That's how I feel, bro. Like, and I did. You said
Yo, let's get into this. This is the real. This is the real juice.
I did some shit like that, basically. That was just to master it, just to boost it up. Or I'll have like people that know more than me.
Mastering should only take like 20, 30 minutes. Real talk.
Facts.
Right.
Okay, let's look. You know why the whole. Okay, let's uncover that. Let's expose the industry for real. Now I'm gonna say some shit that the people who like all my posts are not gonna like. All right, this is the scam with mixing and mastering. Let's say you go to you're an artist, you're a white kid, you love music. You go to Berkeley School of Music, you go to Oberlin. I'm not pointing anybody out, but like you go to those schools, right? Now, when you're in the studio, you're like, oh shit, I'm gonna be a no one. My parents are gonna be like, why did I spend like 100K, 200K to go to engineering school? So now when I'm mixing and mastering my shit, all you gotta do is pan left, right, filter the mid, you're done, right? Nah, they gotta turn knobs for an extra 2-3 hours. I'm gonna work an extra 12 hours. I'm gonna turn every knob. I'm gonna do every preset. I'm gonna do every filter. That's not making music, first of all. That's insecure. That's how insecure you are about your music and your tiny penis. That you gotta play everything. You gotta play the little piano. You can't use the stock Fruity Loops drum and just take out some of the mid so to make it snap. You can't do that because you're like so scared and pussy about even your own music lacks confidence, bro.
They identify with that, like
and so then it's like, oh, I went to Berklee College of Music for 100. Okay, well, I set on a 98 PC and I learned how to do this shit. It's really easy, and it's called like Reverb, and you do that one with the convolver. That's all you need. You really don't need to do all that extra shit if you use your ears, you know. But
and it's people that really don't got the juice like that are obsessed with that, bro. That'll be like trying to work like, oh, let's collab, but we can only do it in the studio. And it's like the people that
they don't even trust their own ear, bro. Let alone their heart or their penis. Like you don't even trust your own body. What? Of course you're gonna And why do you think all the music nowadays sounds the same? It's because they're so insecure and have no confidence in making something that sounds even a little bit different from someone else. So it has to be like everything else. Like, why do you think the beats are so clean and perfect? Because they have to be for you to feel valid. I could rap on garbage and it's valid. That's how good I am. I could rap over this. I could rap over this, and that should have hit so much harder than you spent your whole Berkeley degree. And that's really a big part of it. That's a big part of this mixing and mastering scheme.
And what's left in this music, a lot of this music, without it being overproduced. What does Travis Scott's music sound like without it being overproduced with the Mike Dean mixing and mastering? What does it sound like? What does Sway Lee sound like if his shit's not overproduced? What does Quavo's solo stuff sound like if it's not overproduced? I mean, the reason that they're so insecure about getting every little detail right with the production and the mixing and mastering is because that's the whole track. For a lot of these artists, that's the whole track. But I mean, me and Koopa, I know if you like Chief Keef, a lot of the old music I listened to had no fucking mixing and mastering at all, and it was still good.
My favorite Chief Keef is early Chief Keef too.
I'll listen to old like Pee Wee Longway stuff. Some of his early stuff, like before Blue Eminem, you could tell it's not even mix and master. But if you're really spitting, it shouldn't matter to the degree that it does now.
Yeah, bro. Even in like traditional hip hop, bro. Like my favorite group of all time, Mobb Deep. I listen to more unreleased demos of Mobb Deep than I do I like Hell on Earth better than the infamous both 10-star albums, but I listen to unreleased demos that never came out, that came out on J Love mixtapes more than that, because it's the best music in my opinion, bro. And it's grimy as fuck. And that's why I guess I didn't, in the early days, I listened to some of my early shit now and I'm like, damn, I should have like I should have cut out some of the lows so it would not be muddy and shit and da-da-da. But I accepted like the whole time, like that's not what it's about, bro. And like now I've learned enough of that and I'm still like tweaking my process and shit. But I'm never gonna like, that's why we call it Dust Funk, bro. Underworld Dust Funk. That was the original UDF acronym. Dust Funk. It's dirty. You can hear the pops on the vinyl. It's fucking raw. Like that's what I've always appreciated. And like you just said, like even the biggest artists now, they came from that, and that's the songs that got them to that level. that's what it was. But then the industry comes in and wants to, polish everything.
And no matter how rough it sounds, you could see the bones of it. It's like looking at a rundown house or something.
You can see it more
you
clearly.
Can see the bones of it. And then a lot of these rappers are making music that sounds nice, but you look at it, it's like a set house on a movie or something. It doesn't have any bones. So you could look at fucking music that's not mixed and mastered, and you could see the bones there. You could see, all right, they had something here. But when you don't have any bones, when you have no foundation, it is riding all on that production. So that's why that insecure attitude exists.
That's real as fuck. Like you said about, bro, the house, like it's like an IKEA catalog where everything's perfectly clean and shit. And like when I used to do construction, like the richest houses would have the least swag, bro. And they would sometimes even purposefully destroy swag. They would have like some shit that was there from the 70s, like a rare like orange wall and like the rugs and all that. And they'd be like, I need to tear this out. I just bought this. And I need, and they'd put some all white square tiles just all on the shit and just all white. And then like little, and to them, it's getting rid of the bones. It's getting rid of the soul, bro. On a raw easel, like you can see the color, like you can, but when it, like you said, what if you take away the mixing and mastering from like Travis Scott, the mixing mastering actually blurs the real essence of the music, bro, whether lyrically and sonically, like it blurs it,
You can even take it a step further where they intentionally remove the human elements to promote inhumanity, if you really want to go there, because that's what all the music is about anyway.
We're so close to having AI music.
Yeah.
Once bro, AI graphics is already going viral, bro. Everyone's doing AI graphics now. Like, and I'm kind of flabbergasted, honestly, because I always emphasize art so much. Like, bro, like these are, metal detector music, like dust funk, bro. This is my bro through this and then use the computer to, digitize it and shit. Like, people are just doing AI graphics, and it's like even then they think about it in terms of like economics. Like it's like, okay, well, I still want graphic designers to get money and shit. It's like, bro, what about the soul though? Like, to me, that's what it's about. And I can empathize with rappers that are coming out that don't know graphic artists. Like, yeah, put your music out because you have the juice as a rapper. Put it out. Cool, I respect that. But that doesn't mean that's a filthier cover by any means. And if you do know, that's what makes it beautiful, bro, is people that have different talents, unity, diversity, freedom, working together for one cause. Like,
if FN Mecca did not get shut down by identity politics, he would be one of the most popping rappers right now.
Yeah.
Like, we are so close to having like VTuber AI rappers. We're so close because that's what the shit that we're making. That's what it sounds like already. It's so clean and modern. They're removing the human element, just like Gandhi said.
Well, the funny thing is they canceled, so FN Mecca is that AI rapper, right? And they canceled him because, well, one was because the programmers were white, and two, they said we apologize for promoting a negative depiction of Black culture. I'm confused. Isn't that the point of rap music? Like, isn't that the point? Like, you're apologizing for the one thing that you're supposed to do. So the whole
that AI is just learning. It's just learning and looking at everything that's coming out. They're saying we're sorry for doing what everybody else is doing.
Yeah. Bro, that's the whole shit is crazy. I vented a lot. I got out a lot of my hate for today, but I'm gonna have more hate tomorrow because I really hate how the industry is. I'm not trying to shit on people just to be provocative or whatever. I just know that no one is gonna say anything or until someone else does. So it's like me and you, we're gonna have to talk about these things so that it can crystallize in their head, like, oh, actually, I am corny, I am invalid, I am insecure. And once that's really like the whole reason why I think we got to do this. You know what I mean? Because it's really not for my benefit. I don't need to hate on people. I'm just good at it.
Positivity works in a positive environment, but like when you look around you, how do you not hate? I hate because I'm positive. I hate because I want the best for people. I hate because I don't have hate in my heart, but I look around me and I don't like what I see. So why am I not gonna hate on that? Why am I gonna pretend everything's all good when I know it's not?
Bro, I hate that shit more than anything when people try to say, like, I express myself, bro, like, oh, you can't enjoy things, you're just being a hater, you're being negative. It's like, bro, I see God every day in everyone. Like, I believe life is so beautiful, bro. But I don't, this artificial thing and these people I've never seen in the flesh that are telling me what's real, I hate that because it takes away from the beauty of real life and the natural experience, bro. So it's like I hate being classified negatively because I have a negative opinion about shit that is force fed to people. Like it's like, dog, you guys, you're hateful. You're hateful of, oh, you only like shit that's negative and self-destructive. That means you're a hater of being healthy and being a loving person. And like, that means you're a hater of shit that is required to even survive. So if you're telling me this is the only thing that's okay and you're a hater for not liking it, well, then you're hating on way more shit than I am because that's just one narrow thing. And you're saying that everything else outside of that doesn't work. And you're scared of it. Like that's hate. You got way more hate in your heart than I do, bro. And I agree with Gandhi. Like we should not sympathize with this shit, bro. Like,
and if you started listening to rap in 2015, you could never understand this hate because you haven't watched how it's changed. You started getting into it. Yeah. So like I've listened to rap my whole life, all growing up. So I've watched. I mean, when Soulja Boy came out, they were calling him an ignorant rapper, and he was just rapping about dancing. I wish that was ignorant rap now.
Bro, I remember, bro, when I was in high school and shit, jerking, bro, that was the trend. And like the hip hop, I listened to real hip hop too, but they were like, oh, I hate that. And like, I'm like, dog, I wish that everyone thought jerking was cool. Kids in high school thought gangbanging was cool and selling drugs was cool. Like I said earlier, not even for economic. They might need money, but they're not making more money than they would doing something that's not going to fuck them over. Like, so it's like, bro, jerking, like we shouldn't punish shit like that, bro. Like dancing.
It just shows you how far it's come, bro, because that was the ignorant shit back then. Wearing skinny jeans and dancing in your big ass shoes, that was the ignorant shit back then. That would be woke shit now. I mean, that would be positive rap now.
Now positive rap is, oh, you don't even have a body, you just have an attempt. That's like you're not really like that, you know?
Well, I mean,
and you call yourself the voice of the streets.
That's low key why we got to give a big shout out to Lil B. In my opinion, Lil B is the best, most influential rapper last 15, 20 years. All that bass movement shit, it bled over into real life, it helped people outside of rap music. They try to say that Lil B's not as big as he is or whatever. He did things that no one could ever dream of, and it's like kind of sad to me that we don't it's like all the hipster indie darling kind of stuff. Everybody moved on from Lil B because he wasn't doing like, you know, like the what's the soup one? What's that called? Wonton soup.
Wonton soup.
Yeah, I mean, he had to do wonton soup, or else you wouldn't pay attention to him. But the fact that he was so based to this day, right? Of the last 15, 20 years, is there a more positive rapper than Lil B?
I got the Lil B hoodie on. I got the Lil B hoodie on for the podcast. Shout out Keyboard Kid and Lil B and Keyboard Kid's new shit.
Emoji app too. I had that app too, like the Lil B emoji.